I've got a couple more things that I'm going to move on today, because it's definitely time to move these. They're cucumber plants. They're a ridge cucumber, which means you can grow them outdoors. And they're melon plants. Crimson sweet. And since we're approaching middle of May and getting past this last frost day, it's a perfect time to get these ready to be planted out. But we want them to grow a bit quicker than what they are doing. And that's not going to happen while they're in these little cells. It's got its true leaf, so it's well on its way. But we need to loosen these roots off a little bit. Get that plant a little bit more growing space. We only want a couple of cucumber plants because they are quite high yielding. So there's about 5 or 6 in that pike. I only need to pot on 4 just in case we lose a couple. Even these little plants have got a really strong smell of cucumber to them. So nice deep hole as always. When you move these cucumbers on, don't treat them like you would tomatoes, trying to bury them a little bit deeper. You don't need to do that, and you could rot the stem as well. So just keep them at the same level they were when you took them out of those cells. And for a few seconds that plant's moved on and it's going to grow a lot quicker now. Very quick, easy job. Loosened off, press it in, and then just firm it down a little bit, and that's all you need to do. And that's as 2 cucumber plants moved on. Because they've got the first true leaf on and they're showing signs of growing another, we'll pop a bit of tomato food in those to help bring them on. Because all your plants like cucumbers, melons, squash are all very heavy nitrogen feeders. So I'll start and feed those once every 2 weeks now. We've got a couple of plants that we've already moved on, and they're starting to put some real good size on there. That's called Black Beauty. We only moved that on a couple of weeks ago. And then there's this one, which is even bigger. Really good sized plant. And that's one of those courgettes. And we're trying different ones this year because apparently these grow round courgettes. We've not done those before, so we always like to do different things every single year. And that plant is doing really well. I just need to decide whether I'm going to put this one in a container or in ground. But I'm definitely putting some in containers either way. So I'll just get these ones watered in while I remember. Because we have had a couple of really hot sunny days. That's as cucumbers sorted out, and they'll be ready to plant out before end of May. And those are ridge cucumbers and they're called market more, so they're suitable for in your greenhouse or outdoors. We've also been growing some of these on little gem lettuces. We've got a pack of 12 there. We grow these every single year because they're reliable little plants and they're like little romaine lettuce. And we grew some last year in one of these. You've probably seen that video, and they did really well. We got some very good sized lettuces from such a small container using such a small amount of compost. So it's always worth doing that again. So we've got this container. We get these from pound shop and we drill extra holes in bottom, and I put a bit of compost in. I'm going to put a bit of fertiliser in this as well before we fill it to the top. Just so we know that that feed is virtually at root level when we put these plants in. And then we can just top it up. I'm just compacting this compost down a little bit, while at the same time creating a nice level bed. And when we did these last year, we put 6 or 8 plants just in that little container, and every one worked. So we might as well do the same thing again. So we'll just pop a couple of these out. They're all basically the same size anyway, so we can just take whichever we want. no problems whatsoever with roots. And I think this time I'm just going to put 6 in. So I think something like that. So we'll just get these in, making nice deep holes. Whenever you're planting your lettuce, always make sure you plant it nice and deep, because then it's not going to fall over as it grows. Quite deep in that container, and then push that in. And I'm burying those first leaves that came out as I do this, because they've done their job and we don't need those anymore. And then we'll pop one in that centre, and again press it right down, firm it, keep it straight, and that's that job done. So we'll put another row in as well. Very quick, easy job, and we've got a container with 6 little gem lettuces. So another little job sorted out today, and we can take this and pop it down in container garden, because they don't need to be in greenhouse. It'll get too hot for your lettuces in your greenhouse. It's also going to get natural watering, and we can keep it raised up off the ground so no slugs get to his lettuce. So we'll get that tucked down there shortly. I'll just leave those to grow on for another week or so, and then I'll probably plant another one up. Just before I go back out and find some more things to do, there's one little thing I just want to show you. As you'll know, we've been doing brassicas in containers, so we can see how much we can get out of a very small 12 foot by 12 foot container garden. And I've put a couple of cauliflowers in containers as well. This is a 10 to 15 litre container, and if you look in the centre you can see that we have actually got a cauliflower growing in there. So that's a small container with not a lot of composting, and we've stripped all that stem back. There's no leaves touching soil. But what were even better than that was I put one in this container. That is a very small container, and I just wanted to see if a cauliflower would work in a container so small. So once again we'll have a look, and it may not be big, but we've got a little cauliflower growing in there. I just found that so amusing that we've got the start of a little cauliflower head growing in such a small space. And we've just had these in that container garden on a bench. I'm going to leave this and I'm going to see how big it's going to get. But at the first signs that it may be starting to split open, we'll harvest it, because even a tiny little thing like that is still a little portion of cauliflower that you can steam in a couple of minutes and pop on side of your plate. Still worth doing. It's just started raining a little bit now, so I'll take all these plants back down, except these cucumbers. We'll leave them to grow on in here for a little longer, but obviously we're going to take his cauliflowers back down to that container garden, because we don't really want to be keeping brassicas in greenhouse now as it's getting warmer, because it could make them go to seed. And over the next few days we'll decide where we're going to put these cucumbers and those courgettes. If you're interested in seeing where that's going to be, please hit that subscribe button and press that notifications bell, and we'll see you on the next update. Take care.